I love this. We're filming everything. Should I have my plant out in the background, or is this just canted? We've got different mugs. We've got plain black ones. So my thinking for this new piece I'm writing was essentially challenging myself to one, write a longer cohesive piece, and then also play on the idea of language and the sound of words, and then to have that flow into a larger narrative. And I feel like the times that I've read long poems, I think of that particular English canon. So I think it was hard for me to be like, what's my canon? How would I do a longer poem? How do I keep this engaging? How do I draw from elements that aren't necessarily Western storytelling? So an aspect of that is I've been listening to a lot of traditional Filipino or tribal chants. I've been listening to a lot of stuff that maybe it's considered a poem, or maybe it's more of a song, or maybe it's short theater, things like that. So I've been really trying to expand my own understanding of what I think poetry is. For a very long time, art was a way that I got in touch with my very sad emotions, when I'm very traumatic experiences. I really wrote about that. But I don't think I wanted to connect with people. I think I just wanted to be heard. And I think that could only go so far when I feel like I'm not inviting my audience or other people to kind of share and tell those stories in a way that's safe and healing. But instead, I feel like my younger years of performance and poetry was very much just like, I should see a therapist, but this is free. So yeah, I think my sense of what art can be, and I think what it should be for me, that it can be a space of collaboration and exploration and just being silly and maybe just really being bad at it. It's been really good. I also didn't realize I was funny because all my poems were really sad. And now writing about joy and happiness and love and healing and friendship has just been so wonderful, because I felt like art took me out of a dark place, but I feel like at some point it kept me there. And I think working in community and with friends took me out of that place and be like, oh, so much of that is the love I find in my friendships. And I feel like finding that, and then I can use that as like inspiration for my work, is really important. So, yeah. Mom's boyfriend grows this from his backyard. He's lovely. He's Algerian, and so I started growing some from my backyard too. So I've got some in the yard as well if you want it. Hi, I'm Gloria. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me. This poem is long. And I say that as, so I started poetry when I was 16, and for those of you who aren't familiar with slam poetry and spoken word, you get 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe 3.5 minutes, if people are feeling generous. So this is the longest poem I've ever written. But it was nice. It was nice to explore that in that way. So as that Gloria said, here I am. I am. I was. I am becoming the end. I become the beginning. I am blossom, bloom. I am becoming. I was dying. I am here. I was a flower. I am the bud. I am becoming the roots. I become the soil. I am the sun. I am the moon. I am the stars. I become nothing. I am everything. I am the beginning, the end, the ending. I am a child, sitting wide-eyed in a pew, belly aches full of prayer. I am faithless, in my own image, a god. I was a child. I am becoming. I am my mother, prying her womb for the light, calling forth her great-great-grandchildren. I was my grandmother, born as a seventh child and named for her miracles. Oh, to the future already written before it has come to pass. I am the dream, the seed that they planted in drought, their last coin thrown into a wishing well. They chose to surrender to the gun until they could come back in new breath to rejoin their revolution. I am only beginning. I am here reborn again in another's image. I am the wound and the arrow, Chiron weeping, finding the antidote in the poison. I was the end. I become the beginning. I am becoming. I was dying. I am here. I am becoming. I become nothing. It takes lifetimes to understand. Sometimes it's just poison. Sometimes the lesson is walking away. Sometimes inaction is action. Life withered away by doing. Life wasted by trying to live too much. Accolades, awards, and recognition with no memory of rain tickling the skin, skin warmed by sun, sun rising on the horizon, the morning you untied the noose. Oh well, we'll try again next time. So I begin again, I repeat myself in singular multitudes. So I begin again, I repeat myself in singular multitudes. Ere the first time, I repeat myself in singular multitudes. Ere the first time, before sound, after ears, first cry, first light. I repeat myself in singular multitudes. Ocean yearning for storm, bioluminescence, stars washing sky into sand. Maybe all life begins like this. From scratch to symbol, rounding noises with sense, meaning layered like fallen leaves turning to soil to feed next spring. Multitude, singular. In myself, I repeat. We are here forever. Fungus, fruit, roads, root, rivers, raindrop. We are beginning. The end, the ending. We are echo and lightning. What is thunder if not the empty cradle of birdsong? How do you know sunflower without the eyes of a loved one, a mouth wide as the open moon? What am I without others? Another mirror showing me true, hiding me broken, shielding me sacred, honored reflection. How many lifetimes can we make of love, of our lovers, if every end is simply another beginning, an endless labyrinth of song, of symphony and sympathy? I was the end. We are beginning. I become nothing, emptiness, space, the dream, the beginning. We keep mistaking this for the end. We are. I was. We are becoming the end. I become the beginning. We are blossom, bloom. I am becoming. We were dying. We are here. We were flowers. We are the bud. We are growing into roots. We become the soil. I am everything. I am the beginning, the end, the ending. You know, a mountain feeds an ocean, the way lichen speaks to the North Star, tectonic plate to birdsong, murmuration to matrophagy. Isn't it the same call? To know that love and life are inseparable. And isn't it a shame to think them separate, to draw lines of disconnection? Let us begin again. In the realm of breath and spirit, of shadow and shadow work, before church spire and masonry, altars of gold, we imagined the majesty of sun, wondered as the planets glittering jewels in the sky. Before I gave them names, before I borrowed breath and beget breath, I am a waking dream. I sit. Or am I floating? I forget. Perhaps I'm sitting, and in this waking dream, in a home made of bamboo and narrowwood, overlooking a mighty river at the base of a mountain. She welcomes me, my beautiful elder with black hair to her knees, My relatives sing, so my heart feels free. I lay in her lap and ask, do I become an ancestor when I die? She smiles while combing my hair behind my ear. Maybe. This time I repeat myself and wonder, but didn't we burn the trees and roses for prayer beads? This me, this version of you, sings to spirits that sleep under concrete. Begin again. This time through fire instead of flood. Isn't that just our own poison in the air prophesized? What use do we have of prophets if we see the world what we have in our hearts? O earth, and again. Thank you.